After the struggles of the Great Depression in the 1930s, the 40s saw America slowly recovering. President Franklin Roosevelt had been sworn in for the third time. Bugs Bunny was just becoming popular, and Bob Hope hosted the 13th Academy Awards. Things were finally looking up.
What have you got in there? Oh, got my face. You say you have? Uh-huh, but not a nickel to spare.
Historic Golden Gate is the entrance from the Pacific Ocean to the San Francisco Bay. It is now spanned by the longest suspension bridge in the world.
Daily life in the U.S. had been largely spared the turmoil and destruction that the Axis powers had been inflicting across the globe. The German Blitzkrieg threatened to bring Europe to its knees. With the occupation of France in June of 1940, Hitler's regime was closing in on England. Despite pleas by the United Kingdom for the U.S. to enter the war, President Roosevelt resisted. He opted instead to support the war effort with ships, planes, weapons, and ammunition to fight the Nazis.
The time is now 8 o'clock. Temperature at 8 o'clock, 68 degrees.
While national media focused largely on the war in Europe, the War Department anticipated another front in the Pacific.
The military began to seize power in Japan. And in 1931, the military seized Manchuria. They thought that seizing Manchuria, access to the resources of Manchuria, coal and steel, and possible immigration of Japanese to Manchuria to farm, then quit the League of Nations over policy of recognition, non-recognition of Manchuria. Then in 1937, Japanese army again went into China.
As the buildup in the Pacific progressed, the War Department determined that Japanese linguists were needed for the successful support of the war effort.
Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking, and Don, I'm sure glad we've only got one more program to do.
Look, Jackson, I've been listening to this chatter, and I don't know what you're beeping about. You only do one broadcast a week.
On December 7th, 1941, Japan, like its infamous Axis partners, struck first and declared war afterwards. Costly to our Navy was the loss of war vessels, airplanes, and equipment, but more costly to Japan was the effectiveness of its foul attack in immediately unifying America in its determination to fight and win the war thrust upon it, and to win the peace that will follow.
I was there at age 14 when Pearl Harbor occurred. I wasn't at Pearl Harbor, but I was there close by, about 14, 16 miles north of Pearl Harbor, and I saw the planes coming through. There's a pass in the Waianae Range in the western area, and they saw planes coming through there, and I saw them. There must have been 15 planes coming through, fighters and coming through there, and they went into the Schofield Barracks area. And so then I saw the planes go up in the air, then come down, and in perfect formation going down. They did not drop a bomb because they were waiting to drop the bombs on the airfield at Wheeler, which is only next door, which is only 2 miles or so adjacent to Schofield Barracks.
More than 100,000 men, women, and children, all of Japanese ancestry, removed from their homes in the Pacific Coast states to wartime communities established in out-of-the-way places. Their evacuation did not imply individual disloyalty, but was ordered to reduce a military hazard at a time when danger of invasion was great. 2/3 of the evacuees are American citizens by right of birth. The rest are their Japanese-born parents and grandparents. The people are not under suspicion. They are not prisoners. They are not internees. They are merely dislocated people